starts with a PowerPoint lesson of me teaching you the different letters of the course, or the different letters of the alphabet. So you can see what each letter is. I tell you different tips and tricks for you to recognize them. And then after you watch the video, which you can watch as many times as you like, there's flashcards. Let's see if anyone, I think we have some course students on here. Let's see how well you course students are. Anybody know what this letter is? Paula got it perfect, the D, yes, exactly. So perfect. So you get your flashcards. You can do these as many times as you like. And then once you're finished with all of that, you get to practice with actual real life words that you can print out and try to decipher. And all of these words are taken from real documents. And then when you're finished with that, you move on to section B, which is vocabulary. So I always say you don't need to know the entire language to do a genealogy, but it is helpful to know some. So we have months, abbreviations, milestone words, occupations, causes of death, etc. And one of my favorite things is the matching game. And this is a lot of fun because it teaches you to start to sight read words as a whole, rather than say, okay, this is a D, this is an E, etc. And people like to try to beat their score and go as fast as they can and see how good they get at sight reading. I think my February word is under there. It is under my screen. So you can do it as many times as you want. It looks like Lex Dam is our current leader. So it's just a lot of fun. I tried to make it fun to learn the handwriting. And then at the very end, you get actual practice records of, let's see where we are, church records. Here we go. Of records for you to print out and really try to decipher. For me, this was the hardest thing. I would start translating and transcribing, and I'd have no one to tell me if I was actually right or wrong. So in this section, you get the actual record that my clients have actually said that you can use to practice. And then you get the German transcription. So you can see if you're right or wrong. And then the English translation. And this is something that I really wish I would have had when I was learning. So that's the handwriting course. We have hundreds and hundreds of students. It has been so popular and people have been so excited at what they've been able to learn. However, my newest course, which is by popular demand, came out almost a year ago, and that is the German for genealogists. So the handwriting course teaches you how to transcribe that old German handwriting, while the German for genealogists teaches you to translate and really understand your records. And in this course, there's so much information that I divided it up into a high school-like setting. So you get freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year of the course. And just like the handwriting course, I tried to make it fun. Each lesson starts off with a video that you can watch as often as you like and really go through. And then this course doesn't actually teach the handwriting, but because it's such a part of German genealogy, I included so many examples of all the words in the script so you start to learn. And just like the other one, you get flashcards of the vocabulary. Anybody know what the word Eltern means in German? Any parents? Karen, I recognize some course students' names. You guys have all learned that. Yes, that is parents. So you can do these flashcards as often as you like. But one of my favorite things about this course is you get tons of vocabulary list with the German word, the English definition, and how that word looks in the script. And you can print these out for your records as well. So you get all these different categories, days of the week, verbs. You get reviews at the end of each year. So you have your final exams for freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. And then as you move on, we get a little bit harder. The grammar, which a lot of people don't like grammar, but I am a big grammar nerd. Who of you likes grammar in the chat? Any fellow grammar nerds? Yes, Paula and Lena are my grammar, and Janice, yes. Janice is one of my premium members. I know you like grammar. Oh, good. I'm so glad so many of you like grammar. But even if you don't worry, I made it fun. Learning the grammar, like the past tense, which is so important in genealogy, I put it in a genealogical context. So you get actual stories of real people. These are my ancestors. And you learn about Sailor Hines, for example, and start to learn how to do the past tense in the context of his life. So it's a lot of fun. And then we'll skip ahead to senior year, where you get to work with actual records. And again, here it's more about understanding the German. So you're working with a transcribed German record and answering questions about the text, teaching you to do this for your own records as well. And the final thing I'll show you is my favorite thing. Where did it go? Our master German genealogy vocabulary list. This list is 25 pages long, has the German, the English, and the handwritten word about all the words we talked about throughout the course. So definitely a very good resource. And I'm a little bit nerdy. At the very end, I made a graduation video for you after completing your senior year with the graduation song and a certificate you get. And I absolutely loved it that one of my students, Deb, put on her own cap and gown, printed out her certificate, and took a picture and sent it to me. So I was so proud of Deb, and I loved her fellow enthusiasm. But I don't want you to just take mine and Deb's word for it. We're almost at 1,000 students with these courses. Anne said signing up for the handwriting course was one of the best decisions of her life. She's able to see words out of the scribble, which is something that I remember being really cool the first time that I could do that. Kurt also said it was one of the best genealogy decisions he's ever made, which meant a lot to me as a teacher. Valerie said she's a German for genealogy student. She said it's crammed full of valuable skills for genealogists. Oops, no, skipped ahead. And Nancy says, take the plunge. You'll be so glad you did. She's done both courses and she's now been able to decipher a lot of records. I think you're on here, Nancy, right? You might be on here. And someone says they know Valerie. Yeah, I love all my students. The enthusiasm that you all have for genealogy is so great. And then these are so many people who've sent me their course certificates. Russ has done both. And something that we also like to do is course buddies. You do have lifetime access to both of these courses, so you can do them whenever you want. And if you want someone to help motivate you as you go through, I can pair you up with a new genealogy friend, and the two of you can kind of work on the course together and talk about your progress throughout. So we've had a lot of people who are already finished with the course and they still get together on Zoom or on the phone with their course buddies and talk about their research. So very fun.